Hello, Phil here from Wings of Pegasus, and welcome to Livestream Tuesday. I hope you guys had a great weekend, and joining me again tonight. Hopefully there will be some people in the house. It always takes a little bit of time, I think, for the comments to come through. But I've got the thing on the screen at the moment, just over here. So if you do a comment, I'll be able to see it straight away. Fingers crossed that tonight's going to be okay, and this is going out live. And I can just see that we have a few comments coming in. So thank you guys for commenting. And I'm just going to have a look here and shut the muck up, has said party time. So hello, and that is my t-shirt maker, but we'll be getting into that later over in the USA. Lots of more people here. Michael, Rose, and Mr. First, who says first, even though he isn't technically first, but you can't deny the the amount of dedication Mr. First has. So thank you, Mr. First. And Laurie's in the house as well, so the sheriff is in the comment section. Hello everybody, Carl and Mona and Jazzcat and Mark, great to see you guys. So we've had a few requests over on Patreon for tonight, so I've got a few videos that I can show to you guys, and hopefully it's all up on screen and you can see your comments going through, but I'm going to get the names going across the bottom of the screen. And while they do that, a massive shout out to these people who are my patrons, and some of them are already in the house here, and this is where over on Patreon I do tell people that I'm going to be going live about half an hour before I do, so at least some people are here in the comment section before I go live. So thank you guys for joining me from Patreon, and thank you everybody else joining me here on YouTube. So going to be getting straight into a video, and this was requested earlier in the week, and this was over on Patreon. It's my original track called Running Blind, and I get a lot of requests for this one, so hopefully you guys will be happy to hear this if you were going to request this, or if you have requested this recently. This is my track called Running Blind. As always, I'm going to be in the comments section with you guys while the videos are playing, so I'll be seeing what's going on and jumping into the comment section as well. If you get a chance, please hit that like button, give it a thumbs up. Last week we got to 200 likes, which was amazing for the live stream. If we could do that again, that would be absolutely fantastic, and maybe we can spike the likes instantly on this video. So if you can give it a thumbs up, that would be great as you come through the door. But we're going to be getting into the first video. Hopefully you like this one, and I'll see you guys straight after it. Rock!
Will the sounds of decency
So that was my track called Running Blind. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. And hello everybody in the comments section. Great to see you all there tonight. We have KADJ who's in the house, and Bentley and Tara. They're moving too quickly. And we've got Mr. First again and Sterling. Hello guys, thanks for tuning in. If you get a chance as you come through the door, if you could leave a like, that would be great. And we've just had the first super chat donation, and that was from Rose, and that's a donation of $10. Thank you so much for that, Rose. And she says more cowbell, and I don't think there was actually any cowbell in that track. Or there might have been. I just mixed it in really low so that I think there's always got to be a cowbell in there somewhere, but I'm pretty sure that I didn't play any cowbell on that track, but maybe for the next one we can just have a track that is purely cowbell. But thank you for that, Rose, and that's massively appreciated, $10. And then we have Carla, who's also joined in with the super chat donations, and she's just donated $9.99. So thank you for that, Carla, and thank you everybody for tuning in tonight and leaving a like as you come in. If you could, that'd be great. We're aiming for 200 likes tonight. So on the agenda tonight, we're going to be looking at next my cover of a track, well, Free Fallin' by Tom Petty. And what a track that is. That was suggested over on Patreon, so thank you guys for logging on over there and for letting me know what you guys want to see. I did have a few requests for the ZZ Top cover, but maybe I'll put that in next week, because this week I just got the suggestion and then put it into the show. It takes me a little bit of time to import stuff into the software to be able to play it live on the show. So it's one of those things that I can do that for next week. Maybe we can have a bit of ZZ Top, but that's going to be coming up. We've also got another couple of original tracks. I'm going to be playing the live version from my live stream of Hero. Again, that was requested over on Patreon, and also my track from my album called Persistence, and we're going to be listening to Percy Johnson, and that's going to be the lyric video, so you can follow along and see what I'm actually saying when I'm singing. So we've just had a couple more donations, and first of all, Brad, hello Brad, has donated $20, and Brad says, British fish and chips, oh boy, beach girls here. So thank you for that, Brad. And then another donation from Rose, who's already donated $10. And Rose says it's a reference to an old Saturday Night Live skit with Chris Walken. And yes, I do know that, because when Buck was over here, Buck Dharma, doing his tour, I met up with him because we know each other, and he's a really cool guy. So yeah, I know Blue Oyster Cult very well. So I definitely get that reference to more cowbell because of this sketch that I've seen before. I actually had seen it before I got to know Buck, so that was really cool to chill out with him in London whilst he was on tour here. So hopefully in the future, I always say this, that I'm gonna get Buck on the show, and well, maybe an analysis video with Buck, because I think that'd be really cool to do. We just got to work out a time where our diaries overlap so we can actually get down and do it. But Buck has said that he's definitely up for doing that, and it will be a great video to have on the channel as well, just to feature his playing a little bit more, put it under the spotlight. But we've had another donation, and this is $5.49 from Colette, and she says, would love you to cover Long Cool Woman. So thank you for that, Colette. I will put that on my covers list, and maybe that's a good point to get into this next cover video that I'm just about to play. Like I mentioned with the ZZ Top requests, I'll do that next week. I think if I start putting too many covers in one video, then the copyright thing gets a little bit complicated, because if there's just one track, it's very clear for YouTube to put either adverts on it for that one track. When there's a couple of tracks, I don't think they can split revenue on one video to lots of different copyright holders. So it's one of those things. I think just one copywritten video every live stream is going to work, and therefore one cover. So it's going to be Tom Petty this week. Anyway, Mr. First has just donated $2 as well, and he says, not rich, sorry, and it doesn't matter. Thank you so much for that donation. Just any donation is just absolutely amazing, and thank you so much for that. And even just tuning in and commenting on this live stream, but also just commenting on the videos that I do, the analysis videos every night, just doing that is great. And big news is that I've just passed 70,000 subscribers here on YouTube. So thank you guys for not only watching and commenting, but also subscribing to the channel, because we are really getting up to some silly numbers and there's a hell of an audience out there. So thank you guys for tuning in and watching. It's crazy. And talking of crazy, we've just had 2 more donations, and TN Moppy says, Phil, please say y'all. So there you go. That's me saying y'all. And thank you for the donation of $20. So TN Moppy, $20 donation. Easy for me to say. And then straight away we had Janice, who has donated $50, and Janice says, as always, thanks for a great show, Phil, and thank you for that donation. Some crazy donations coming in already, so many. Thank you for that, Janice and TN Moppy. And these, as I say, over on Patreon, the serial donators and serial donators from patrons who are already over on Patreon. So thank you guys for those donations on here as well as supporting me over on Patreon. I really do appreciate it. Now we're going to be getting into the next song and the next video, which is going to be me, well, my attempt at Free Fallin', and this is really a Tom Petty tribute, because it was one of those things that I felt like I really had to do a Tom Petty track, because he's such a legend. Should I say he was such a legend and still is a legend, but when he passed, it was really so unexpected, and I think it did hit a lot of people really hard, because he's the kind of guy that just, you thought that he'd gone forever. But Tom Petty, what an amazing artist he was. But let's not get too into things like that. Let's just remember the music. And this is my version of Free Fallin'. I hope you guys like this. I'm going to be in the comments section with you guys during this, so I'll jump in to converse with you guys in there. If you get a chance, please leave a like as you come through the door, and I'll see you guys after this one. I hope you guys enjoy it. Rock.
She's a good girl, loves her mama, loves Jesus and America too. She's a good girl, she's crazy about Elvis, loves horses and a boyfriend too. And it's a long and there's a freeway running through the yard. I'm a bad boy, 'cause I don't even miss her. I'm a bad boy for breaking her heart. And I'm gonna free fall out into nothing. I'm gonna leave this world for a while, and I'm free, free falling. Yeah, I'm
So what? So what? I don't know why I said that, but that was my cover. I think I meant to say was, but I said what. So no offense to anybody watching, but that was my cover of Free Fallin' by Tom Petty. And thank you for all the kind comments. And I was just, I think it was the super chat donations that's just thrown me off, because I went, what? But having a look down the list, I need to bring it up on screen, because just to go through them, we had Robert Smith, thank you so much, donated $9.99, and he said, love your videos, thank you Robert. We had Josh Courts, who donated $1.99, thank you so much for that. And then we had 2 donations from Beach Girl, who donated $1.99 on both of those. And then this is the one that just threw me off when I came back into the video. Lynn, thank you so much. Lynn has donated $100, and she says Free Fallin' takes place in my little town, so I love it more than a little. Sorry, that was a trick to hear little with that heart-stopping glottal strop twice. I'm not sure whether I'm reading that correctly, but thank you so much, Lynn, for that, and all of those donations that came in during that video. Thank you guys, and the comments during that video as well. And there were maybe a couple of comments that said it was streaming, or maybe not streaming as smoothly as it could have been. Here, all I can see really is I get the output and how many frames are dropped, and it says that I've only dropped 1 frame so far in 20 minutes of live streaming, so I'm not sure why the video might be a bit jumpy, unless it's just a YouTube thing. But apparently here my stream is absolutely going through solidly, and I know that because I'm on a wired connection, which I do for these live streams, I make sure that it's wired, and I am uploading at about 16 megabytes per second, so it should all be fine. Maybe it's just a YouTube thing, or it might be a download thing on your computer, I don't know. But if it is jumping on everybody's, then it's probably just YouTube having a bit of an issue streaming smoothly. But thank you guys anyway for tuning in, even if it is a bit jumpy. And if you can hit that like button, that would be great as well. I'm not sure how many likes we're up to, but we're going to try and get to 200 maybe this week. We did it last week, so thank you everybody from last week. If you're in the house again tonight, we'll see if we can reach that target of 200. I did see a question during that last video, and somebody said, who engineers your sound? And as you can see in that last video, in the Free Fallin' video, it's all done in here. All my videos that I do, I use the green screen you can see here, and I record it all in here, just myself, and I've got, as you can see, everything that I need here to make lots of noise. And the first track that I played on this live stream was called Running Blind, and I did all of that in here. I do all the covers in here as well. Everything from my original album was done in this room, so it's just me and a microphone, and I just stick the mic in front of the amp and then stick the mic in front of my mouth when I'm singing, and the drums go via MIDI into the computer and they trigger sounds within Logic Pro 10 because they got a really cool drum kit sound in there. And that's pretty much how it works. And there is a video on here somewhere on the channel where I go through all the equipment and what I use, just in case people are interested in that kind of stuff. But anyway, thank you guys for tuning in and for commenting. Whilst I'm talking about recording and all that kind of stuff, I'm just going to give a quick plug to my original album, and I'm just going to remove the comments and the other super chat box, because if you want to buy the album yourself, you can head over to this site that's on the screen now, which is wingsofpegasus.com, and put in a / and a store if you want to go to the store section, or you can just go to the homepage and just go to the store section of the website, because there you will find the CD. You can get it signed and sent off to you no matter where you are in the world, and you can also find the t-shirts on there. And at the moment, the t-shirts in the UK, I'm currently restocking those, so it's going to be a little bit of a wait for the UK t-shirts. But then the US shirts, which Mike deals with, and thank you Mike for that, I saw him in the comment section earlier, like I mentioned straight at the beginning of the live stream. You can get the shirts for the USA, those are still up on the website and they come in lots of different sizes, so go over to the website for t-shirts as well. So if you want to get involved over on Patreon, which is where these videos for the live stream get suggested and where I get so much support, which maybe in the future will allow me to spend more time on music and doing analysis videos and everything that I do on YouTube rather than teaching, which is what I do currently, just during the day, and then I do this kind of thing in the evening. This is why the live stream's really late, because I'm teaching until about 9 PM on a Tuesday, and then by the time I've got everything sorted out and eaten dinner and come out here and set up the show, it's 12 midnight. So that's the reason for the late live time in the UK. But maybe over on Patreon, if you want to get involved yourselves, that is the website that you can go to. I think I've just put it, I can't see the screen myself, so hopefully it's below me now. But thank you so much for everybody who supports me over on Patreon, and their names you can see at the bottom of this live stream. They're constantly cycling through, so all the names there, thank you guys, you know who you are, and also those serial donators in the live stream who are also patrons, thank you guys so much. So I'm going to get back into the live stream super chat donations as well, so thank you everybody for donating, and we've had a few more, so straight away we've got Robert, and he's donated $2. Thank you so much for that, Robert. And Brad has donated again with $3, and he says working good here, and I'm assuming that that's to do with the live stream, so it's good that it's going smooth for some people, and if it isn't, maybe it's a download speed problem. But then we have Rose, who's donated again, thank you Rose, who says please do another behind the scenes about how you edit. So thank you for that, Rose. This is the thing, that with those kind of videos, they could go on for absolutely ages, because once you start getting into chroma keying and video editing and transitional effects and all that stuff, there's a lot that goes into video editing. But maybe in the future I can get into that. Sometimes during a monthly period of just 4 weeks, I either have time to do a video on, say for example, the Fender video that I did, a review, or maybe a video editing review, or maybe something telling you how I do video editing or how I do recording. I've usually only got time to do one of those kind of videos a month, or it's a cover video. So recording takes a long time as well, so it's either one or the other. As I said, I'd love to be able to do it all, just do it full time and not have to worry about teaching, but at the moment I'm just working at getting that support over on Patreon, and then maybe we can see if I can do more videos of that type in the future. But thank you for the donation, Rose, and thank you for the suggestion as well. We then had R. Gray, who said, behind in my dues. So that was a donation of $10 as well. So thank you so much for that. And then Mr. First just donated $2. So thank you for that, Mr. First, as well. So we've got 175 people in the house in the comment section. Hello, everybody. Thanks so much for joining me. If you can leave a like as you come through the door, that would be great. And maybe we can see how many likes we've got so far. If everybody hit that like button now, we'd have like 176 likes. So let's try and spike the likes. In 27 minutes and 40 seconds of the stream, we'll see if we can get a spike on that graph of likes. So thank you everybody for tuning in. I'm going to be getting into the next track now, and this was requested over on Patreon as well, and it's going to be my live version, the live stream that I did of Hero, and this is available on that album called Persistence from the website that I just mentioned, wingsofpegasus.com. You can also get it on iTunes and Amazon as well. But I'm going to jump into the comment section while this is playing, and I'll see you guys afterwards. Rock!
Everybody's the same. Trust in me.
So that was my track called Hero from my live stream that I did. Thank you for suggesting that over on Patreon, and also for you guys just watching this live stream tonight. And I did have a question that went through the comment section which said, I wrote it down, they said, which keyboard do you use? And for most of the stuff is a Kawai ES5, which is in here in the studio, but for recording I just use triggered sounds that are within Logic Pro 10, if you know what that is. I just use the software instrument tracks really for that. But what I find sometimes is finding a nice string sound is difficult sometimes, and that's where I just hook up the ES5 and do it just through standard audio and generally get a nice, I'd say it's one of those sounds that is a generic string sound but just fits really well with so many different styles of music, with pop and hard rock and also metal. It kind of sits in the background there really well. So sometimes if I can't find the sound, I just plug in that ES5 and go along that route. But also we had a couple of super chat donations during that. I think Brian Morrissey donated just before I started the video, and he said "My Bloody Valentine," and I'm not sure whether that's a request for a cover or maybe an analysis video, but thank you Brian for that $2 donation. Maybe if you put it in the comment section, then I'll be able to nail down what that is referring to. And then we had Lynn, who donated $50, and she said a glottal stop is when you don't touch the roof of your mouth with the tip of your tongue, so the double T sound isn't audible. It's a little charming to an accent freel like me. And I think there's a little bit of typing, because before you what was it? It was a glottal srop or something, so I thought it was something that I didn't know what it was. I know what a glottal stop is, and thank you for that. And I think it's an accent freak is what you meant to type, but thank you Lynn, I understand what you mean, and thank you so much for that donation. $50 from Lynn, a serial donator again in the house. Thank you guys, everyone, for tuning in and for commenting in the comment section tonight. Like I said, we just passed 70,000 subscribers on the channel, so I want to thank every one of you for tuning in on Tuesday nights, as well as tuning in every night for the analysis videos. Another thing that I've got to maybe experiment with is this Premieres feature on YouTube, because I'm determined at some point when I get some time to set that up and have a video go out as a premiered video. I think what happens is when I release the video, I'd like to do it with an analysis video, because I think what happens is when you release the video, or when I release it, when the video is playing, I can comment with you guys whilst the video is playing. So if I'm looking at a particular artist, we can kind of chat about the artist whilst it's going on. I think that would be a cool feature to make the most of. Obviously, I've got to be free at the time when the video is released to then comment with it, comment on it with you guys. So we'll see what happens with that in the future, but at the moment I'm releasing the analysis video still one every night, and I do get through all of the suggestions and requests. It just takes me a bit of time, because as you can imagine now, with 70,000 subscribers, if everyone asks for one particular video, that's quite a lot of requests. So I eventually will get through all of them. The other thing is the emails takes me a bit of time now to get through, so apologies if you have contacted me via email. I will get through those, but it can take me a few days to get through all the emails. But anyway guys, thank you so much for commenting, and everybody in the house. We've got Sterling and Brad and the Mr. Ziff and Dwayne as well, and Robert and Jeff and Mr. First and Shut the Muck Up, who does the t-shirts. That's Mike, so hello Mike, thanks for tuning in. We've also got Elaine and Tara, so thank you everyone for tuning in. Dan B has just written 206. Does that mean that we're at 206 likes already? If that is the case, I'm sure that's got to be a new record. It's just 35 minutes past 12 now, and if we have already got over 200, that'd be crazy. And if you haven't hit that like button, if you could do, that would be great, because maybe we can get a new record tonight. I don't know what the record is. Was it 260 or something like that? I'm sure we've got some guys that know the record for the live stream. I'm not sure what it is, but 260 kind of rings a bell. And if you're watching this in the future as well, you can still hit that like button, because it really does help the video to get spread out there, but also to spread out the word about the channel. That would be great just to get more people on board. And the great thing about this channel is that people do link me to other pieces that have been written about artists, and then they also mention this channel, which is great as well, because the more people we can get listening to the classic music of yesteryear, that'd be great. But also the great players that might not necessarily have a lot of attention or have the spotlight on them. It's great to be able to just throw out to 70,000 people somebody that might only be known by a few hundred people or even a few thousand people, so that's really cool as well. But we're going to be getting into the last video for the night, and this is going to be my song called Percy Johnson, and this is the lyric video, so it means that you guys can read along and also get a vibe as what to, well, understand about the track. It's just my own writing, and this one's more kind of a film is what I was thinking of when I was writing this, and I saw a really extravagant music video that I could do for it, but unfortunately I'm not in the position to do extravagant movie videos yet with $1 million budget or something like that. But hopefully you guys like the song, and maybe in the future, who knows, we'll do a movie type video for it. But this is my track called Percy Johnson, and again, this is on my Persistence album on iTunes, Amazon, and wingsofpegasus.com. So I hope you guys enjoy this one, and I'll see you in the comment section, and I'll see you guys after this. Rock! So that was my track called Percy Johnson, and I hope you guys enjoyed that one. During that, we had another super chat donation, and that came from, well, Brian initially with $2, and he said analysis would be brilliant. So thank you again for that, Brian. And now I know what you mean with that previous donation and also what was attached to that donation. And then we had Jen, who donated $5. Thank you for that, Jen. And she said, stand up. Rumor has it that you might be doing some of these without pants. And this is the other thing about the USA is that you call what we call trousers, you call pants, and what we call pants, maybe you call underwear. So just so you know, I have got on pants in the USA, or trousers as we call it here in England, and I'll stand up just so that you can see that. I don't know, I have to go on tiptoes so you can see it's just black. It's just black all the way. So I've at least got a nice color scheme on for tonight. So there was my trousers, and yeah, if I didn't have them on, maybe it would have been very embarrassing. I would have sat down and said that I did have trousers on or pants. But I think I'm going to call them trousers in the future, just in case people are watching this in the UK and they don't understand that. Because if I'm not wearing any pants in the UK, you wouldn't be able to tell because they'd be underneath my trousers. But anyway, that's enough of talk about pants and trousers for the live stream, and maybe enough for the history of live streams in the future. Anyway, thank you so much, guys, for tuning in and for hitting that like button. It's massively appreciated. Of course, all of those super chat donations as well. Thank you so much for those. We're now getting towards the end of the live stream. That was the last video, my Percy Johnson track. Thank you everybody for tuning in, and let's try and get a final rush to spike the likes right at the end of the live stream. That would be massively appreciated if you can give it a thumbs up if you haven't already, because we are at 157 in terms of everybody watching. If you haven't hit that thumbs up, that would be great. And we've just had Lynn, who has jumped in again to the super chat donation. Thank you, Lynn, so much. And she says, we call knickers panties. Almost our only vocabulary work that's cooler. Thanks for putting up with my nonsense. So, knickers and panties, I think, as I said, is probably the most I'm ever going to be mentioning that on the live stream, but it's a funny route that all of our talking has gone down tonight, especially at the end of the live stream. But thank you, Lynn and Jen, for pointing the live stream chat in that direction, and I'm sure everybody will thank you for that in the comment section as well. But everybody in the comment section, hello. And we've got Oscar and Laurie, who's still here in the house taking care of everything in the comment section. Thank you, Laurie, for getting a hold of everybody, keeping them in line. I think Kathy's in the house as well. That's the deputy of these parts in the comment section. So hello, Kathy, if you're in the house as well. I did see Kathy earlier just pop up in the comment section. And we've got Mitch and Robert and Pamela and everybody in there. Thank you so much for tuning in. We got Pleasant Valley Picker, CA, California, I assume that is, and they say, come on guys, get the thumbs up to 250, and I couldn't agree more with that. So if you get a chance to hit that like button, that'd be great. Also, if you're watching this in the future, it would be great as well. And I did see Kathy's name just go up through the screen. I think she was saying hello. So hello, Kathy, so much for tuning in and for being the deputy, and thank you to the sheriff as well. We're up to 237 likes, so that is a really good total. I just think 200 is great, so getting 237 and now 239, that is fantastic. We just had another super chat donation, and let me just check this out, because Rose says, okay, now it's a challenge to get Phil to say knickers next week. or knickers. So maybe that's going to be something that's going to maybe pop up in live streams in the future. Of course, people that are new to the live stream won't know what the hell is going on, but thank you for that, Rose, a $5 donation. Massively appreciated all of those donations tonight in the super chat. I'm going to be calling this to an end soon. Maybe it's a good idea with the way that these super chat donation comments have been going, but thank you everyone so much for tuning in. Finally, if you get a chance to hit the like, that would be massively appreciated as I'm saying bye-bye. Thank you for tuning in to the analysis videos every night. It's massively appreciated, and for helping this channel to grow and giving me the suggestions and requests that you guys want to see on the channel, because without those I wouldn't be doing the analysis videos. Every single video is requested and I just follow the link that I'm sent in the requests. So sometimes people do say, oh, why did you choose that video and not this other video? It's just the request that the person asked of me, and I have a look at it and analyze it. So that's the reason for all of the videos. Just do one. I just do one a night. There's a new one every single night. So if you are part of the notification squad and you've hit that little bell, it means that I think you get notified when there is a new video. But even if you aren't notified or getting notified, it's a new video every night. So you'll be able to tune in and there will be something new for you, a new artist, a new player, a new band. But thank you guys for tuning in. I'm now going to say good night for tonight. It looks like we've hit 250 likes. So thank you so much for tuning in. If you have tuned in, we've got Mitakui. I'm not sure I'm saying that name correctly, but she said that she's tuned in a little bit late. And if you have done, then it's going to be a case of watching it on the catch-up thing, which comes out maybe 5 or 10 minutes, I think, after this, because it takes time to get processed, and you'll be able to watch the whole thing through. And I think just skip through it as well if you want to. But I always put it up on Patreon as well. So if you are over on Patreon, patreon.com/Wings of Pegasus, there'll be a post tonight in a little bit, so that you can just click on that and watch the live stream. If you've joined it late and you want to see the videos, we had Running Blind, which was my first track that I played on this live stream. Then we had Free Fallin' by Tom Petty as my cover of that track. And then we had, I think it was Hero that I then played, I'm not sure. And then Percy Johnson was the last one. So we had a few original tracks tonight. Thanks for those requests over on Patreon. And I will see you guys at the next live stream, same time, same place next week. And if I don't see you guys there, I'll see you in the comment section of the analysis videos. And all of you lovely patrons whose names are at the bottom of the screen here, I'll see you guys over on Patreon every night as well. So thank you everybody for tuning in. It's massively appreciated, and I will see you guys at the next live stream. Have a great week, and I will see you then. Rock!